And greetings, knife enthusiasts. Love Them Knives channel, LTK here. What do we got? I can't see nothing. Well, it came like this in this package. Let's do away with that, shall we? Nice case. Really hard. And what does it say? Stedemon B02. So we've talked about the D01, the CO2. Now we're talking about the B02. And it says SO3, stonewash blade, blue handle. So let's pop the top on this baby. And there we go. Well, I've already had it out. It came in a little blah, blah, blah. Cool case. Really tough case. Cool. B02. Yeah. And I saw a video where it was, I think GP Knives did it on the B02. They have them available. And I looked on their site and all they had was the just regular titanium colored. And then these liners here were blue. But I didn't see any of the other colors. I didn't know they even existed till I went on another site. But in any case, this is another place. DH Gate actually has these, even though Stedemon is one of your approved, for U.S. standard consumption type knives. So there you go. It's got CTS-204P, and they come in different colors. Let me see if I got... Yeah, I printed a page for you. There goes my color ink. So this is supposedly blue, which is this. That's the purplest blue I've ever seen, damn near. So they come in different colors in their different little snap cases. And obviously, if you want the stats, pause and read stuff, looks like 3.5-inch blade, almost 4mm blade stock, ceramic ball bearing, CTS-204P. Here's the knife. It's not a flipper. It's not a frame lock. It's a titanium, just a regular liner lock knife. Stonewash up here, but of course, no. The rest of it's not stonewash. That's a satin grind. It says right here, B02 CTS-204P. Nice blade steel. I was wondering, if I take that off, what am I going to get? What fits in there other than that? Somebody please tell me, because I'm not sure. You got a lanyard hole at the end that's built into this backspacer. So you got ceramic bearings, you've got a liner lock, and look at that little tab here inside that liner lock. Is that weird? Lockup is pretty substantial though, probably 35%, all of that. And so as you release this and you push that little tab down, let me see if I can jam something in there just to show you. So as you push that tab down, see that little thing is, there must be a milled out little area there that goes into. Okay, I believe you. That's not exactly sure why. Obviously all that is titanium, except for the screws and the pivot. All this is titanium. Obviously this is anode. But see, that's why you can have the regular tie colored, and these can be blue, because like the GP Knives one, because that is titanium, that'll ano. My biggest bitch about this knife is, look at that. It's always nice if you have a little bit more of a cutaway or a little area of raised area on the liner lock so you can get your thumb to it. This is a little tougher to push. You got to get some flesh embedded in there to make contact with that. It's a learning process. Flick, yes, it flicks right open. Really great. Bearings are wonderful. It's not a big, huge knife, and get the screwdriver out of here. You know, it's not a big, huge knife. It's got a nice mill clip, but it's a really clean look, isn't it? Because you don't have a flipper tab. So you can just, and you know, a couple of things on this knife. It's not real easy to get to this thumb stud, although it does come out from the scale a bit. So, yes, that will, let me look at these scales. Okay, a little over a ½ inch, and that's in where this is a milled in indentation. So if you really want to look at the width at the widest parts of these scales, well, it's a little, not 0.52, but 0.54. So yes, it is, which is 13.75 millimeters. So that's a decent handful, but it's, you know, I mean, a lot of ones where you have thumb stud, and this is the way you're going to open this knife. I mean, there's a little milled area. I mean, the thumb stud would be further down here. You'd have like a sculpted area here where you can get your thumb in. So that doesn't really work like that, but this is raised above the scale enough to where you're making contact with it. So, am I just nitpicking? Yeah, maybe I am. Because, you know, you can flick it. It's not tough. It's not tough to do. Let's have a little look-see here. And confirm our dimensions on this knife. So we've got right at, you know, more like 3 3/8 to me, but, you know, 3.5, you want to say 3.5, that's fine. 7 3/4 overall, so it's under 8 inches, which is, you know, right at 8.5 centimeters, 85 millimeters, and 19.5 centimeters overall. So yeah, it's a reasonably decent size knife. Good for EDC, that's for sure. And what do we got here? 0.151 inch. Can we go to millimeters? Okay. Yeah, just under 4 millimeters. Where I'm going to get a hold of it at least. If I can get on these flats. Yeah, the same. Yeah, almost 4. Good blade stock, CTS-204, good steel. Interesting colors, huh? Very simple design. You got a backspacer, you got your pivot, and you got this screw that comes through. Looks like that also locates where your pocket clip is. And you got this little hole opening in the pocket clip, so you can get your Torx in there, take it out from that side. I mean, in a way, if it was really a small knife, it'd be kind of cool, like little keychain knife. But I don't know if you want this impacting with steel keys and other steel things in your pocket, because this is titanium and it can scratch. So you got all this little fine machining up and down here. It's concave in here. You've got traction here. And as you can see on that thing, they ain't giving them away $280. But, you know, it's a pretty sweet little knife. It's got high-end steel. The fit and finish is excellent. The ano is fun. I mean, in the studio lights, make it look one way as it does under them. Under different lighting conditions, it'll look a little different color. I think in the natural sunlight, it looked a little bit more blue. Here, depending on the angle where you're holding it, it can look more purple or it can look more bluish. Strange. Available in a lot of different colors. And CTS-204P. Yeah, it's sharp. Is there any blade play in this knife? No. Any lock rock? No. Perfectly centered? Yeah. I mean, God, I hope so. It's just under $300 for the knife. Flips great. I like the Stedman stuff. I mean, I had a Stedman Bastion at one time, which is a great knife. And then, you know, they make the Deep Sea Monster and different ones. So, I mean, it's not like they don't make high-end knives. They do. And then they make the D01, the CO2, which are a less expensive G10 liner lock models. So I don't know. Maybe this strikes your fancy. It did me. I just thought it was a cool design, very slim this way. I mean, it's not a real tall knife. Let's see. A lot of your knives will be about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. Look at that. That's less than an inch, top to bottom. 25 centimeters. So that's fairly slender. I mean, most of your EDCables, let's get my trusty Ganzo out here. 1.3. 32 millimeters. So it's a 1.3 inches top to bottom here. Look at how slender that is compared to that. This is a 3.5 inch blade. This is a 3.5 inch blade. Look at how much more pocketable this one is than that one because of the overall length. It's shorter. They're fitting a lot of blade. And it's the same length blade. I mean, this is 3.5. I know that. This we measured 3 3/8 to 3.5, depending on kind of where you want that, where that tip of that scale out there. I call that 3 3/8. So maybe just a skosh. You flip it over and now one looks bigger than the other. It's the perspective of the camera. But what's our final determination? Sometimes when we decide to carry a knife or not to carry a knife, it's the weight. So, you know, this is, of course, a carbon fiber G10 laminate. This is full titanium. Oh, this thing just rolls over, doesn't it? Wow, it's just, man, yeah. That's very, very flickable, and I'm not the most flickacious, flickorian kind of flicker. 4.1. So that's pretty light. And how many grams is that? 116 grams. Yeah. So there you go with that. Full tie. This is carbon fiber G10 laminate. 4.6. It's heavier. But it's taller. I'd say the blade stock's about the same thickness. So go figure there. Yeah. It's hard to tell. These are so rounded. You know, the top of the blade here is hard to tell the blade thickness until you get back here, because you've got this swedge that's machined along this side and this side. This part here, the flat, is your thickest part of that blade, and so is this. Even though, if you can see here, this has even got a little chamfering on both sides of this. So it's hard to see the thickness of the stock from the top. Ambidextrous thumb studs, as we talked about, and they do hit you. I mean, because they are just slightly wider than the scales are. So that's nice. There's your blade stop. Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun knife. They don't have to be a flipper. I've got friends, that's it. You'd think they were into dolphins as much as they love flipper. Flipper, flipper. Is it a flipper? Is it a flipper? No, it's not a flipper. Get over it. I don't have to have a flipper. I like arc locks too. Oh, I'm sorry. It's now the G lock if you haven't been informed. That's fun. In any case, so yeah, this is a lot cleaner look. Very easy to carry. Wow. I mean, check it out. I mean, it's already pimped. So you don't have to spend money doing that. Of course, you don't have titanium hardware. Okay. I mean, and you could do something with this if you wanted to. Go gold. Same with the backspacer. That'd be, you know, whatever you wanted to do. You could do that with the liners, backspacer, and pocket clip. You could go an alternate color. Really make it pop. Unfortunately, this is stainless, so the fasteners, so nah, that's not gonna. There you go. Focus. Love the color. Love the flickability of this knife, because I don't do that as well, but this makes me look good. Makes me look good. Z for Zon. Zon knife. See, look at the blue in here. Isn't that cool? It's like they didn't get it when they did that. See, back in here too. But that's okay. It's all just kind of a mixed look. You know, this on these top ridges looks a little different. Really cool. I was pretty excited when I got it. It's just a neat piece. I wasn't sure exactly how I'd respond to this, but wow. Ambidextrous thumb studs. If you're a lefty, you can flick it too. Can you swap this pocket clip? I think you can. I haven't pulled it to see exactly how that would work. But I mean, just eyeballing it, it looks to me like it could go either way. I mean, you got this. I don't know if this is machined in here a little bit. The pocket clip. So yeah, it'd be something you'd need to investigate by taking this off. But it could go left. In any case, wow. Good sharp knife, satin grind, stonewash flats. So it's not really a stonewash blade as far as I'm concerned. It's a satin blade. Pretty knife. Come in all these different color boxes depending on what color knife you get. So you can check with GP. Actually, I got this from a USA source, which I have access to. So if you're really that interested in this and you don't want to wait like 2, 3, 4, whatever weeks from China, email me, lovethemknives@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up, brother. Good knife. Thank you so much. Sorry I took so much of your time, but I'm a chatterbox, especially when I get an exciting knife in front of me. Thank you so much. We love them knives. Stay tuned. It's getting better.